There is a special pit in hell for people like Tim Northrup and Debbie Northrup, or whatever the fuck her name is, the children of Carl Northrup of Endicott, New York. Okay, there is a special pit in hell for these motherfuckers because it is well below freezing. My daughters are waiting for the bus after a 2-hour delay, and Carl has given us permission in the past, when it is as cold as it is today, to take shelter on his front porch, which is right next to the bus stop. So I can easily keep an eye on it. But even with gloves and hats and thick coats on my daughters, their lips were still turning blue. So I'm like, okay, you know what? Shelter time. Well, we stand there for a good 5-10 minutes because, of course, that's how long the bus is taking. And basically, they come out, say, you need to get off the property and talk to the POA. Meaning, Carl's, what was it? His, person who's, in charge of his affairs and everything. Mind you, Carl's still alive and kicking. Needless to say, we were told we were not allowed to have contact with Carl no more. Okay, well, guess what? He still needs to fill out forms. Because until he's dead, and by the God's mercy, don't let him die anytime soon. But, let's see here. Till he's dead, or until he has officially signed everything over to his son. Power of attorney, that's what POA is. That's what it is. Needless to say, until he does that, DSS will not accept any other paperwork, and I'm not going to contact Randall Northrup for shit because he doesn't know how the fuck to listen. So, they can go to hell. I'm going to get my son home, and then they could shove it. Because when they all die, because they have no compassion, evidently, they're going to end up going to the darkest pits of hell. They have no compassion for their fellow mankind, their fellow neighbors. So, yeah, I may be an Eastern Star sister, and I'm sorry if this goes against our teachings, my fellow sisters who may be watching this. But this is fucked up. That Carl Northrup, our brother as a Mason, is allowing his children to treat me and my family like fucking dirt. They want us out so fucking bad. Give us a fucking eviction notice, motherfuckers. Because then we're going to be having a fight tooth and nail to find somewhere. Oh, mind you, my husband lost his job. So, yeah, we're probably going to have to go to a hotel. But you know what? It is what it is. You want to know something? I think living in a hotel is going to be a hell of a lot better than living here, because at least at a hotel, everything is taken care of. No, you know what happened? Carl his health deteriorated horribly. Okay? So now he's got a power of attorney. They tried evicting us last November. Or last August, I mean. Gave us a 30-day notice to vacate. Sorry, couldn't find anywhere. I tried. Both my husband and I tried. We were looking every day for like 5 hours a day. The other hours were spent on taking care of the kids, taking care of the home, taking care of our dog, who is a service animal, mind you. Okay? So, yeah. We've had roaches at this property since we moved in. Even Orkin even said that with what happened with us, with the fact that we ended up missing dishes for one day. One day. We lived here for an entire week. And we missed the dishes for one day because we pulled our backs out unpacking our property when we moved in. And getting everything where we wanted it. Well, all the roaches came just pouring out of the frickin' plumbing. According to Orkin, that will only happen if there was already an infestation to begin with, and they were probably dormant because there was no food for so long. The minute that the heat got turned back on and the food they started smelling the food, they started coming out of hibernation. And that is when they came through the plumbing and out of the woodwork. We now have to pay $90 to Orkin, and we're responsible for any and all repairs. So you know what, Randall? I hope you're fucking watching this. Because, yeah, go ahead. Go to the judge. Get an eviction notice. Because I'll tell her everything. The fact that Carl said he was going to fix everything long before his health went down the drain. Now we have a plumbing issue that started in July. Technically speaking, it started earlier than that. I think the first time we had an issue with that plumbing was back in January of last year. Thought we had the problem fixed. July comes, problem comes right back. Plumbers wouldn't take care of it because Carl didn't want to hire a exterminator because he said, oh, there's no way that they're roaches. I know what the fuck a roach looks like. And no, I'm not proud of the fact that we live with roaches. I am doing everything I can to get rid of the fuckers. But it is a lot easier said than done when they've been here since we moved in. And probably since before we moved in. So yeah, go ahead. You want us to leave your father alone? Then give us an eviction notice, motherfuckers. Because without that eviction notice, we ain't going nowhere until our son is home. Learn to be kind to your neighbors, my friends. Because karma's a bitch. Karma's going to come and bite them in the ass. And then when they do die, they're going to go to the deepest, darkest pits of hell. There is a special spot in hell for people like them who have no compassion for those who are struggling to make ends meet, who are shivering in the cold. Even with coats and gloves and hats and scarves and the whole 9 yards on, my children were still shivering. Despite my best efforts. I don't know what else to do in that situation. So, problem solved. I guess we're not allowed to take shelter there no more. Oh wait, problem not solved. And the minute I can manage to get my son home, oh, it's game on. Oh, and I guess I won't be handing Carl his mail because we're not allowed to hand it over to him. We're not allowed to have no contact. So I'm sorry, Carl. You're a wonderful person. Your children are complete and utter assholes and not bitches, Karens. Because I'm sorry, a bitch has compassion. A bitch is loyal. A bitch is beautiful. Your daughter, Debbie, is none of those. She ain't nothing but a fucking Karen. If y'all don't know what a Karen is, I don't know how to explain it. So, I'm sorry for my rant, my friends. I am just well beyond pissed right now. But I hope y'all have a wonderful day. And to those who don't know what the fuck compassion is, or empathy, or sympathy, or whatever, go fuck yourselves.